Hey guys, here are my UFC 150 predictions, and I know I've been pretty slack for the last couple predictions. I was working at Comic-Con, like 10-hour days, so I couldn't film anything, and then I was working at the Google Summit 10-hour days, like just promoting and doing stuff, so there was really no time to do the videos, but now I'm doing the video, yay! I was gonna do one for the fights on Fox that were last Saturday, which were amazing, and you guys should check them out because they were great fights. But I hurt my ankle really badly. I sprained it while moving my friend's stuff because she was moving out of her apartment, and it still hurts really, really bad. It's still swollen. I damaged it really badly. But I couldn't make a prediction video for the fights on Fox because I felt like crap, and I'm like lying on the bed with my ankle up and ice on it. So, but here we go, 150 doing the predictions. As always, follow me on Twitter at MMA Girls. Go to my Facebook page, facebook.com/MMA Girls, and of course MMAgirls.net. First prediction is Max Holloway versus Justin Lawrence. And you know, with this fight and a lot of the fights on this card, you're gonna hate me because I'm gonna go back and forth with it because it's a really interesting card. At first I was going for Holloway, and then for some reason I'm like, I don't know, I want to go for Justin. He is the underdog in this fight, and I just think he might be just a little bit more well-rounded, but I'm not as familiar with both fighters as I would like to be, so this is definitely not a pick where you can be like, oh, Joanne, I totally agree with you. I'm going to go with Lawrence, but on this one by decision. Next prediction is Yushin Okami versus Buddy Roberts, and this is Buddy's second fight in the UFC. He's fighting Yushin Okami, who is a strong fighter. I mean, even when Mike Swick fought him, I remember years ago, I think in between rounds when he was talking to his cornerman, he was just like, he was so strong. Like, Okami is a strong guy, and he's lost his last couple of fights, but I think that, you know, he's definitely, obviously every fighter's looking to win, but he's, you know, wanting to climb back up the ranks, and he is a very skilled fighter. So I think Okami's going to take this. I think it's kind of a tough fight for Buddy, but he could pull it off. Anything happens in MMA, but I'm going to go with Okami by decision. Next prediction is Jake Shields versus Ed Herman. And this fight, I'm going back and forth on as well. I'm going to go with Jake on this one, but Ed, you know, he's usually an underdog, always underestimated, and I could see him pulling off a win with against Jake, but I'm going to go with Jake by decision. I think Jake's just a little bit more versed in some areas. Jake's better on the ground, but Ed is good on the ground, and he's good with wrestling, so it's definitely going to be an interesting fight. I'm excited for this. I like both fighters. I'm going to go with Jake, though, by decision. Next prediction is Donald Cerrone versus Melvin Guillard, and this fight is hopefully going to be explosive. Both guys have very big personalities. I'm going to go with Donald on this one. Donald is the safe bet. I think he's just a little bit more well-rounded. I can't even say the word. Well-rounded compared to Melvin, but Melvin can surprise people. I think Melvin would be a good bet because he definitely, like I said, can surprise people. He's got knockout power. So I'm going to say Donald by the TKO or submission. We'll see how this goes, but I'm going with Donald. Last prediction is Benson Henderson versus Frankie Edgar, and I like both guys. The one thing I don't like is immediate rematches or rematches like so close to when they just fought. Like even with Shogun and Machida, even though that fight was so close and people were going back and forth and they were upset with it, I still feel like there needs to be some other fights in between. You know, Frankie's been fighting for the title and got the title and fighting for the title over and over again, and he is a really great fighter, great guy. So is Benson. So, I mean, I would be happy with either or winning. I'm going to go with Benson on this one. Both guys are really good at rematches. Frankie is like the king of rematches. He lost the fight to Benson, but I think he figures out what he did wrong, works it out, and comes back even better, always improves. So does Benson, though. And Benson, I think he's going to take this again. And hopefully there's no more immediate rematches if, like, Frankie wins or something, because I really can't take it. I want to see someone else. It sounds bad, but like, you know, with like GSP and Anderson Silva and all those guys, you want to see different people competing. And not that I don't like Frankie, I love Frankie Edgar, but it's like Frankie and BJ, Frankie and Gray Maynard, now Frankie and, you know, Benson Henderson. So I would like this fight to happen, be done. Let's get another lightweight to compete for the title. But I'm going to go with Benson by decision. And like I said, as always, guys, follow me on Twitter at MMA Girls and go to MMAGirls.net. Yay!